Evening, folks. I'm going to call the meeting to order. 5:01. Any comment? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That's unanimous. Agenda item number 2, the August 2022 warrant in the amount of $217,166.68.
I'll make a motion that we accept the Easton, the Housing Authority warrant for the month of August in 2022 in the amount of $217,166.68.
Second the motion?
Motion by Commissioner Whittup, a second by Commissioner Tebow. Any discussion? I had one, Kathy, but I'm not sure if it's this one or the next one.
Okay.
And it was emergency pumping for the wastewater treatment plant.
Yes, we're going to see a lot of that. That was probably the next one, August. There's been a lot of wipes, diapers, kitty litter, coffee grinds, all sorts of things. People are dumping down the toilets. We put notices up in the hallways. We let people know at least up. We give them a notice that that's not allowed. We're now going to start including that in recertification packets as a reminder. Unfortunately, I think sometimes it might be cognitive issues and people are flushing adult diapers and whatnot, and it totally backs up the tanks. And the only alternative we have is to pump the tanks. And recently, in the past 6 weeks, we have had them out. Just this week alone, they were out 3 times for one issue. And prior to that, they were out 3 times prior. And that was in August. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. There are no grinders put on the wastewater treatment plant. From what we're told from Aquapoint, the operational management company, they don't advise grinders. They cause almost more problems. They're talking about trying to put in some type of a filter that will become part of their routine maintenance, where they come out and clean the filter once a week. So the filter may help keep some of the things from getting into the tanks, because the tanks are enormous and then the pumps don't work.
I'd just let the record show that Commissioner Chrisanne Sheedy arrived at 5:04 p.m.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome. We're on 2. Any further discussion regarding the August warrant?
I have a question that involves the August warrant and then the September warrant. Both questions are on the regular Housing Authority monthly expenses, page 3 of 8 in both months. And what I'm questioning is, at the bottom of page 3 of 8 on the August report, there was an expense of $712.11 to Plumber Supply for a Rudd water heater at Elise, 85 Elise. And then on the next month in September, the same page 3 of 8, there's an entry, check number 8709, to Tyranny's Plumbing and Heating for a water heater install at 85 Elise for $771.04.
One is the purchase of the water heater, the other is the installation of the water heater.
Okay.
Plumber Supply supplies the water heater, we pick it up, and Turnese does the installation.
Okay. It's expensive stuff, is so much more
It
expensive.
is, and they're hard to get. They're the low boys because they're small and they're in the crawl spaces.
I was at a webinar today, and they were showing how the supplies are so much more expensive now. They were using a couple of examples, and and comparing it to 2019, and it has gone up like 113% in 2022, since 2019, for just supplies to, you know, like, maybe not necessarily a water heating, but one was a furnace, or, you know, different things that
The
are.
water heaters have gone up definitely.
Yeah, it's.
And the cost of the installs have gone up.
Yes.
Just trying to get the employees to work at these companies.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had a question as well. I don't know if anybody's asked about the legal to Driscoll and Driscoll for 3942.
Part of it's state, I think I broke it out on that one. Part of it's state, part of it is federal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a total of what's been expended in state thus far?
Not thus far, no, not that much.
Okay.
I believe we're well under the allotment of 6,000.
Yeah, I was just curious if we were getting anywhere near it.
Not yet,
Okay.
yes.
Any other discussions regarding the August warrant? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? That's unanimous. Agenda item number 3, the September warrant in the amount of $266,462.82.
I make a motion we approve the warrant for September 2022 in the amount of $266,462.82.
I'll second that motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Burrows and a second by Commissioner Chrisanne Sheedy. Any discussion regarding the September warrant?
Actually, I had a question about the fire alarm repairs at 519, 520, and 661. Kind of a lot for 3 repairs. I'm just curious what they did. It's on page 1 of 8 under Easton Electronics.
They could have been smokes, bad smoke detectors, heat sensors. There's a variety of different reasons. It's usually based off of the quarterly fire alarm testing that these repairs have been needed. And they're in addition to the fire alarm replacement that we have going on. This is just the quarterly testing.
Yeah, but those are just repairs, or does that include the cost of the testing?
No, that is just the repairs.
Smokes and heats. Smokes, are they all hardwired?
Pretty sure with battery backup.
Seems pricey.
Might be in the common areas. Usually I have maintenance because they're with them when they do it, and I have Dan usually review the bills because I'm not there.
Yeah, it sounded like it was units, and if it was smoke detectors, I mean, we generally replace our own smokes.
No, yeah, the hardwired, the battery backup. Those are the numbers are the work order numbers, not
Oh, they're not.
not unit numbers.
All right.
Yeah, those are their work order reference numbers.
Okay.
So I can pull those work orders if you want me to
All right,
see.
that makes better sense.
Okay.
I thought there were just 3 units we were going.
No, I don't. I can pull those orders if you'd like to see them.
No.
Okay, Kathy, on page 2 of 8, there's a $900 figure for the Champ waitlist maintenance. Could you explain that a little bit, please?
That is through Mass Narrow. They will do a purge of a lot of the Section 8, and all the housing authorities that participate have to pay a quarterly bill to them to do the purge. And they'll do a purge of wait lists to disqualify people, if you will. And they do mailings and whatnot.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion regarding the September warrant? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That's unanimous. Agenda item number 4. Get Approval of addendum determining voucher size to PHA plan. Generational policy.
Do you want me to wait or go forward?
Suppose. Did he go outside?
I don't know.
No.
We can move forward.
Okay. As you know, we did the administrative plan for Section 8 back in January, and we just wanted to clarify in definition of bedroom size that people can share a bedroom, but of different generations. For instance, if you have a mother and daughter living together and the daughter is 40 and the mother is 80, they're not required to share a bedroom. Right now, technically, they would have to share. Age differences would separate the bedrooms. So we like to put that in there so that it's clear.
Okay.
And it was left out of the admin plan, so it's just literally the one line on the second page that's highlighted.
So that's the only thing that's gonna change.
Right, all the rest of this has been already approved in the admin plan we did in January.
Okay.
I would entertain a motion to approve the addendum determining voucher size of the PHA plan that includes generational policy.
So moved.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Commissioner Sheedy, a second by Commissioner Widdop. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And one abstention. All right, agenda item number 5, fish number 088078, certificate of final completion in the amount of $3,317.20.
This is the remainder of the Barrows kitchen upgrade. They submitted this back in June, but missing of the meetings and the architect hadn't approved it yet. It's just the remaining balance on that, and that has been complete. And the job, they did a great job. The contractor was great. The unit looks fabulous. And it's already been leased. Even better.
I'll make a motion that we approve the certificate of final completion for, what's the number on this one? 088078 in the amount of $3,317.20.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Sheedy, a second by Commissioner Burrows. Any further discussion? Hearing none.
You say the architect signed off on that?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Good. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
And one abstention. All right, moving on to agenda item number 6, the CFA 5001 amendment number 15 in the amount of, I should say, the contract for financial assistance 5001 amendment number 15 in the amount of $760,440.84. Needs approval.
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract for financial assistance number 5001, amendment number 15, in the amount of $760,440.84.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Widdop and a second by Commissioner Sheedy. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That is unanimous.
I'm just signing that one, please.
Agenda item number 7. Fish number 088077, change order proposal. Close off the maintenance shop garage door to allow for transfer switch install for generator.
So I was looking for an architect's approval of this.
They have approved it, but you know how the documents are now in Cap Hub?
Yeah.
Getting it all
I'm
printed
asking
out
them
same way?
I'm asking them to do it separately, because
Okay.
it's not in cap.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's
I know that
taken-
they've approved it, we actually had a meeting. We all sat down and discussed it with the maintenance guys. It's the garage door that's on their shop, not the garage door on the garage. It hasn't been used in years. We needed, with the new fire alarm panel, it's taking a lot of room in their shop as well. So we needed to find space within that area, and the only solution would have been that garage door. So they're gonna close it off, and that's where the transfer station will go. We all sat down, we had the meeting, the architect was there, DHCD was there, myself, and all 3 maintenance guys.
All right, and it's gonna be PVC sheets to simulate the existing door and painted
On
to
the
match,
outside.
and then it's gonna
Yes.
be everything done
Yes.
inside as well.
Absolutely. And again, American Electrical, they're great. We've been very pleased with them so far.
Any further discussion?
Could we just clarify what the amount is for this proposal?
$18,325.
Yep. $18,325.15.
And I could entertain a motion for fish number 088077, change order proposal.
I will make the motion that we approve change order, this is number 1, change order number 1,
Yes.
for fish number 088077 in the amount of $18,325.15 to remove the overhead door on the garage in the maintenance shop.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Chrysanthi, a second by Commissioner Burrows. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That's unanimous. Agenda item number 8, the Director's Report.
Regular annual audit, is that your AUP or your Section 8?
Both.
Okay.
It's both.
Okay.
46 Parker, what is the problem with that one?
It's a second floor. Mostly that's the problem, and we've had a lot of people. We've had quite a few refuse it so far. She's working on it again.
And all these other ones are all first floor?
Yeah, the first floors go quicker. All the other ones that have been leased predominantly are. We have a couple that have not. It depends on how the list pull looks when you pull the list. And that's had a few list pulls of its own, because you don't always pull a list with all the other units. You have to jockey them as to when they're ready.
How's your new Section 8 coordinator working out?
So far, so good. Only a few days in.
Yeah.
Does she come with experience?
No.
or-
No, she
So-
does not. So I have a consultant. She's been coming in on Sundays to work with a consultant to do some training. I did some training with her today. She's actually going to go to Braintree Housing tomorrow and shadow Braintree Housing and do some training with them. They're a little while more well-versed than I am in it, and fingers crossed.
The community center, Eloise, I walked through with Dan today, but I was wondering, When is that gonna, do you have any indication at all when that's gonna be ready?
They're waiting on the Federal Pacific panel to be replaced. They can't put in the washer and dryers and complete the laundry rooms till the panels come in. And the panels are tough to come by. They're on back order. They have been on back order, I think. A lot of people know the panel replacements are difficult to get right now. We're working on them because we know how challenging it's been for at least Circle residents to not have that laundry facility, and I have been pressuring them to make sure that they could try to get it done before the snow.
That's the washer and dryers. Now, how about the handicap bathroom? You know, why isn't that being completed? What are they waiting for on that?
Supply issues with a lot of things. They're
Thank you.
working on the kitchen today.
Thank you.
So you got hot rods and coffee tomorrow.
That was today.
Oh, today. Today's the 18th.
It was excellent. Everybody had fun, I think. They had a lot of hot rods here. Thanks to Val. Val and Chica put it together. Mostly Senator Timothy were here.
We did something similar 2 weeks ago. We did antique cars
Yeah.
and barbecue.
Oh, you fancy.
And entertainment.
We had coffee and donuts and coffee cake and muffins, and then they had boxed lunch. They had a boxed lunch as well.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, sweetie.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Any other comments regarding the director's report? If not, I would entertain a motion to accept and put on file.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion by Commissioner Christian Sheedy and a second by Commissioner Tebow. No further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That is unanimous. Agenda item number 9, questions and concerns. This is where we open it up to the public. Thank you all for coming. Any questions? Yes.
You know I have one. I was just curious, the update of the dumpsters in front of Building 4. I have, when I opened my window, I could smell the trash in my house. And I also announced that the black flies just being in the living room. All weekend I was chasing them and killing them in my bedroom. And they're coming from the dumpster. Every night for 4 months that dumpster's been there, I go out about 8, 9 o'clock at night, open the door, I'll close the other one because they're being left open. And I know you can't do nothing because it's just residents, okay? I spray bleach in there.
We've asked you not to do that too.
Dan asked me not to use the bleach, but that kills the smell.
It's killing other things. They're putting enzyme crystals in the bottom of the dumpsters as
Well,
well.
they're not cleaning them, Kathy.
They don't clean dumpsters anymore. We've already looked into that. They put enzyme crystals in the dumpsters. They no longer clean dumpsters. They haven't done it in years. No agency out there does. Yours is the only fly complaint we had. We have other units closer to the dumpster, and Dan said he's been twice to a unit and there was a fly. Flies are out and they're not necessarily coming from the dumpster, so I don't know what else to tell you on that.
So no one else in Building 4 or 5, they've complained to me, Kathy, about
Nobody
it.
has complained to the office about that.
They don't.
The good news is on the flies is that it is mid-October, so a killing for us will take care of them in the not too distant future.
And we put in an extra dumpster to help
So there's one
give
more
a
than the
little, yeah,
last time.
just one more.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the location of dumpsters also depends on how the truck has to get in to get them. It has to be a straight shot from them, and because of the bends and the curves, it's tough for them to get in. I mean, the other alternative would be to put it down back, but then you're asking people to walk even farther. I
know a lot of the elderly are having a hard time walking even to these two that we have, but, you know, and I try to help them, you know, when they get there, I'll take their stuff out and put it in the trash, but just can't hold the cabbage and pull out the bags, you know. And I'm just saying, the smell is terrible.
Just a question for you. Have you brought this to Kathy's attention prior to the meeting?
The last meeting you guys had, I did.
But have you brought it to her attention in between time?
No.
Because you can certainly do that as opposed to waiting to come to the board meeting with that. And she could potentially look into it and see if there's anything
Why?
additional that can be done.
I know, I've talked to Dan, because I know she's really busy with all the fire and all that crap that's going on here. You know, the fire alarms and the rewiring, that's a big job in here. So I'm sure she's busy with that, and, you know, so I'll say to Dan, how's it going all with it? Any resolution, that's all I want to know. You know, that, something else that I can do. And Dan walked by last week, Wednesday, when they came and picked up. And I was out there with my dog, walking them, and we both opened the door and they never put anything in there.
I don't think they do it at every single pass, but when I emailed the gentleman after the last meeting, he said that they would put the crystals in. I'm not gonna go into
Yeah.
dumpsters and see if they're doing that. I don't know what else to
I
tell
know
you.
you can't.
I mean, any type of public housing, private housing, multifamily housing you go to these days, there are dumpsters. I don't know what else to say. Most housing authorities have dumpsters. It's,
I'm not against the dumpsters, you know, because it saves money, and I would do it too, but, we didn't have black flies and overstuffed and stuff on the barrels either. I mean, they were well taken care of.
no, they weren't. They were always overflowing, broken. The guys were forever moving trash from one barrel to another because people would just keep placing, so the guys would have to go and move trash around. So that's not the case either. The
Okay.
barrels were, actually, I thought the barrels smelled worse. I mean, we've always had a dumpster out here, and in the summertime, it's very rare I've ever noticed it. Sometimes on a really hot day, you might get a little,
Right.
but I can't honestly say it's ever been that bad. And we've had it here since I can remember.
Any other
Oh,
questions?
Yeah, I'd like to ask something. The patio out here. I mean,
Gazebo.
well, the patio is where the cement is.
Okay.
All right, so we've asked before about extending the cement to the curbing. Because a lot of people have a hard time walking on the grass to get to the patio. And if they extend it on both sides, both ends, I should say, not sides, ends. So anyway, I just thought I'd ask about that.
It's something we can look into.
Yeah, it should be.
Unfortunately, believe it or not, it's a big project. It's more than just putting down some cement or some asphalt. They have to design it. It has to be dug up. It has to be ADA compliant. It has to be wide enough. It's something we can look into. I don't know if maybe we can look at some other forms of funding for that, perhaps.
Wouldn't it be as wide as what's already there? They don't have to make it any wider, do they?
Well, they'd have to extend it out, and it would have.
Extend it, not make it wider.
I don't know. I'm not it would
No,
have to
I'm
go
just
into
saying.
design.
The size that's out there is fine.
I know, but anything when it comes to public projects has a designer. You have to pay prevailing wage rates. If I was to venture a guess at something like that, it would probably be about $80,000 to do that
Oh
job.
my gosh.
That's
Yeah,
right.
nothing simple.
Or
Well, you get-
inexpensive.
You get elderly people. I mean, what do you do if one of them falls
The
and
gazebo was
trips
donated. It wasn't
and
even,
breaks a leg,
Yeah,
and,
I
you
know.
know, then they may sue the housing authority. You don't know what people do. these
unfortunately, there's not a lot of resolution to that at this time.
Yeah.
The gazebos were donated many years ago, I think. Somebody put them in. They were never here. So they were never designed to have that. Why they have the patio right out here, which can be used.
days. Yeah.
We have
No,
the
but
umbrellas and the tables and the chairs.
I haven't been here that long, but
Yeah.
I've observed quite a few elderly people
Mhm,
in this place having a hard time getting around the grass,
mhm.
going to the dumpsters, driving to the dumpsters from there all the way here, you know, and having all they can do to slide the door open and throw the trash in.
Mhm.
And what's gonna happen when it's winter time? They're gonna
know.
be slip
Yeah,
sliding
sure.
away. You know, I feel bad, because someday I'm gonna be like that, like the rest of us. You know, I'm just concerned with the person. I'm not concerned with the $80,000.
Mhm.
Well, when you don't have the $80,000 to do it, it is.
Yeah, but
problem.
is it worth a life? It could be. So, that's how I feel, so makes me feel better to say it.
Dawn, I believe you were gonna say something in regards to the dumpsters? No?
Yeah, I was getting back to the, do we have any way of knowing, you mentioned they agreed to put crystals in the bottom of the dumpsters. Do we have any way of knowing if they're doing that or not? Or
I can email us the representative again
Yeah.
and ask him.
just to follow up and make sure that they are doing it, you
Mhm.
know?
We had a very similar problem, Kathy. They called it Minty Fresh. Dennis, I don't know if that sounds familiar to you. And so the administration would tell us they were doing it. When we talked to the guys, they had no idea what we were talking about. So sometimes you might just talk to the frontline guys, because they have it, they can pick it up at the warehouse and throw it in.
Okay. Will do.
Yeah. I'm sure it's an inconvenience for the driver, but, you know, just.
Not
I
really.
think
yeah.
it really is.
No, it's a shake,
Our
shake,
drivers
shake.
are pretty good. The drivers we have here are really, they're pretty good. I don't think,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a problem for them.
Yeah, I would just suggest we follow
Yep.
up on that, make sure that they are doing it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Any other questions or concerns?
No.
And if I
thanks.
just want to, on the capital thing, there's a annual, a meeting once a year where the annual plan should be discussed and the capital plan should be discussed. And please come out and say that, you know, whatever your ideas are. There are often code issues that just trump the city or the town and is saying you have to do this. But that's at that time that you learn what the priorities are and why the priorities are there. And if for some reason there's this $80,000 sitting around that it just doesn't fit into a bigger project, I mean, that could happen. But what do we get, 274,000 I saw there?
247, yeah.
247. It just, in today's world, I mean, 247,000 is a lot of money to me, but it's not a lot when we start doing stuff around here.
It's not even one job.
It's horrible. Jobs have doubled and tripled the cost. They were already expensive and they're more expensive now, but you do have a voice there. It does hurt. We record it that you said what you wanted. And it goes into the record. And
Well, we
just like
haven't-
at my house, usually we start talking about it and about 10 years later it gets done because the projects, you know, pile up. But it is something that you should be aware of and that you do have a voice. Yeah.
Yeah, and that, I believe that's something that's coming up rather quickly. within the
December
next-
meeting, the December meeting.
Yeah, the December meeting, so it's not that far down the line.
Any other questions or concerns? Hearing none. The next meeting. I'm told that we're conflicting with Election Day and we're not allowed to do that. Which would be the 8th of November would be a normal meeting, so 15th?
15th, yeah.
Oh, you can't, that's my son's birthday.
Mass Narrow Fall Conference that day.
But that's fine, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm driving up there, but I'll be back. I have no problem. I'm
Will you be
doing-
back by 5 o'clock from way up there, though?
I have no idea.
Probably not.
It's in Danvers, isn't it?
Danvers,
I
yeah.
thought it was in Quincy.
No, it's in Danvers, that's
Quincy's
one of the
next
reasons
year.
I'm not going.
When I opened today said Quincy.
No, Danvers.
I wish, I'd be
Oh,
going.
that changes things.
And that's Tuesday. I might not go Tuesday. I mean, I support them, but we'll see.
I'm not going at all.
Oh, you're a short timer.
Rub it
Maybe,
in.
maybe.
Oh.
But yeah,
Yeah, Dennis is trying to end my retirement.
Next week, the next week we get into Thanksgiving week.
Unless
Yeah.
you want to do it that Wednesday night instead, do it on the 16th.
I'd rather do it, no, 16th I have a board meeting that night.
About the 9th?
The 9th.
That's Wednesday the 9th?
Works.
There's a NEMA training, I think, on the 9th. Isn't there a NEMA? That one's a Nord. That's right.
The
I
9th
didn't
good?
sign up yet, yep.
Okay, so it's the 9th,
The 9th.
November 9th.
The 9th good for you, Don?
Yeah,
Wednesday the 9th.
Wednesday the 9th.
yes.
Oh, good.
I tried, I didn't even.
All right, so the next meeting will be in this room on Wednesday, November 9th at 5 p.m.
Can't wait.
With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Adjourn, I'll agree.
Second?
Motion by Commissioner Tebow, a second by Commissioner Chris Sheedy. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That is unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.